vocal prowess and has been given the title of Asia's Phoenix, has opened doors for her. This has opened doors for her to collaborate with industry legends such as Michael Bolton, Ben Adams of A1, and Rick Price, as well as sharing the stage with today's pop icons and superstars such as Jessie J, Larson, AJ Mitchell, Alan Menken, and Will Smith. Time and time again, she has represented the Philippines on the global stage, being chosen to sing the official Asia release of A Whole New World for Disney's live-action Aladdin, and representing the Philippines at the Asia Song Festival in Busan, South Korea, for the years 2017 and 2018, being the first artist to perform 2 years in a row. She has also sold out concerts in the US, Dubai, Canada, Australia, Japan, Thailand, Kaling, London, Switzerland, and Italy, to name a few. Now with Underdog Music, Morissette released her first independent EP entitled Signature. In the collection of all original music, she takes the mantle of writer, producer, and creative director with the help of her team. Signature invites its listeners to embrace their individuality and express their emotions unapologetically. The official video of the Carrier single Trophy is now available on YouTube. Welcome, Morissette.
I felt like you were reading my whole biography already. Hello po, hi everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Sonic. Thank you, Miss Nicole.
Super exciting to have this panel. And if you guys noticed, because Guji couldn't be with us, we are the Girl Power panel now. So we have a bunch of things to talk about. So I'll go right into it. First, marketers have long tapped various audiences like foodies, fashionistas, moms, health enthusiasts, gamers, etc. And it's been a long time coming for them to tap music lovers and their various different communities. Enter music influencers that will allow them to reach a totally different audience. For the brands and marketers out there, can you share your thoughts on the difference between the aforementioned communities versus music communities? Maybe Morissette, as an artist, as an artist yourself, of course, like Carrie said, you can like a lot of different things. So what do you think is the main difference of being a music influencer versus just your typical lifestyle, travel, food, etc.?
Well, in my point of view po kasi, so as an artist, diba, and as me right now, I'm currently going into music production as well, and just collaborating also with different artists, trying to also widen my music library. And so I completely agree with Carrie about everything. At the same time, parang you know how, like, example, those which were cited, like foodies, moms. In my point of view, they all use music, definitely, diba, to put out content, interesting content. And what's, I think, the advantage of collaborating with a music influencer is, yun, as mentioned nga, na parang they're not just a music influencer, and more so if it's an artist, diba, parang they're able to really explain also and feel like go in depth kung ano yung what's bagay na music, what's fit for something. And so, like, I find it so interesting how, and very exciting how, yun nga, like ngayon with social media, na different brands are looking into artists also, because they know they can do so many things, and even utilize also their music, collaborating their music and partnering with the artists and the music. And so, yes, agree with everything, copy paste.
We are a copy paste bunch. That's very good insight. Like, okay, and I mean, given that, in the past year and a half, we know that, I mean, TikTok, 2019, 2020, there was a growth, like a really huge growth on TikTok. I went on TikTok because I was so curious about it, and then, you spend what you think is just 15 minutes on TikTok, but you end up actually being there for like 4 hours. And
oh yeah, it's a rabbit hole.
Or umaga na. Yeah, because you see so many things, right? So the way people consume media greatly changed, like I said, in the past year and a half. So which has inevitably also changed the way artists create music and perform their music and interact with fans. So could you guys share your thoughts on how these various platforms, be it TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, there's so many platforms, have also evolved? For you as an artist, since we're talking about how platforms have evolved, I know like in the past 2 years, I've gone to conferences and different workshops for different
Mm-hmm.
platforms, and it gets confusing sometimes. How are you doing? I mean, how are you releasing your content with
Mm-hmm.
all these platforms available to you, and how they continually evolve? Like every quarter, there's like a new thing.
Yeah. I think with me right now, I'm not really someone who follows trends. So, like within the side of my music, when I was working on my EP Signature, which was released just a couple months ago, parang I wanted to put out songs that were true to me. And so, and I agree with both Carrie and Nina na more than just also a music influencer and an artist. Sometimes I'm also a plantita. Sometimes I'm also into interior design. And so, like, even when I'm on TikTok, I have so many other things rather than just music content. And so for me as an artist right now, how I utilize these different platforms is I try to kind of understand what the strengths are per platform. So I've tried like streaming, especially in the past year, because there are no live shows. What I tried to think of, or what my team and I tried to think of, is how to reach my audience and just to get music out there and make myself seen despite being at home. And so at the same time, we're very our generation is very fortunate to have the internet, diba? Na we're able to still have events like this na kahit online, we don't have to go through traffic. Of course, the actual experience of being in a venue, being with other people, is different. But I mean, we still have all of this. And so what I have been doing in the past couple of years since the pandemic started, I have been doing a lot of live streams, and I try to jump from one platform to another just because I know na because ako, my main goal is trying to reach different audiences. So let's say on Facebook also alongside TikTok has one of the biggest platforms right now. And so I like to be on Facebook to be able to reach more people. And syempre, parang in this day and age, it's rare to find someone with no Facebook page. And what I consider right now as a blessing is with through this we're able to just reach out to different markets and different audiences. Now we're not just limited to like in the area. Parang my mindset kanina was like if you're having a concert in here in Metro Manila, or let's say I hold a concert here in Metro Manila in Araneta Coliseum, sometimes that really just limits the people to who's there in the vicinity in Metro Manila. But right now, being able to do live streams on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Kumu, on IG, everywhere, we're able to. One of the things I like to do when I'm doing live streams, I always start it with comment down below where you guys are watching us from. And it's so nice to be able to see different countries just pop up, and even in countries that I've never even thought na like aabot yung kumo doon or like my music would reach there. So like and it's very refreshing to be able to do that. And at the same time, with where we are right now with social media, it also gives the fans and our followers and supporters parang that direct access to support their artist. So like in TikTok, they send us gifts, diba? Or in Facebook, it's stars. And so I feel like with this new with what's brought the pandemic as it has brought us more possibilities to parang it's all the more exciting kasi ang dami pang pwedeng mangyari, to the point that we can even hybrid things, diba? Na not just a physical event, we can make it like this. We can make it online at the same time. And so it's just a very exciting time, and things continue to evolve, diba? As the seasons change as well.
It's nice that you brought that up because I've always been saying that now. I think even last year in our panel, I said that one of the things that this pandemic gave us quote unquote is we're able to reach out to not just the Philippines, like you were saying a while ago. So given that, would you say that there was a growth, or I mean, I hope there's no decrease, but a growth in your following as an artist? Now, not just in the Philippines, obviously. I mean, you've played in Busan and all those other countries. But
Yes.
have you noticed na it was a bigger growth during the pandemic?
There was a growth. I would have to agree because also in the past year, I was able to start my TikTok. Nitong pandemic lang din ako nag-start mag-TikTok. At the same time, I also decided to create a new Facebook page just because the Facebook pages before that were under my name wasn't handled by me personally. So I wanted to be more hands-on with my Facebook fan pages as well. And so there has been a very fast increase, I would have to say. And yun nga, that's the advantage of the internet and just all these platforms and social media, because we're able to reach different territories and markets and audiences all at the same time, diba? And syempre, like ako as an artist, I try to consider so what time kaya is it right now in the States? Are people awake there? If that's the market I want to cater to, I also try to consider that. So yes, to answer for the question, definitely there has been an increase, and all the more because people are on their phones most of the time ngayon because they're just at home. So yes po.
Um, so, with everything said, what do you guys think is next for music influencers? Morissette, as a music influencer, what do you think is next for you, especially now that you just released your EP and single?
What's next? I feel like it's only gonna get better for artists, music influencers, everyone that's just. Kasi I think, okay, this may be weird to say, pero there was that era before. Era parang ang tagal. There was that time before na parang people would kind of look down on the people who were just always on computers and on their cell phones. Parang they felt like what real work was something to do with their hands. And so, I mean, yun nga, parang it may be weird to be saying that it's not weird because there have been some great things that happened during this pandemic. And yun nga, one of those has been that it's really opened opportunities, so much more opportunity and possibility to for music, for artists, for influencers, because we're able to reach so much more people through the internet, through the platforms, and it doesn't just limit us to let's say yun nga, just the Filipinos. It allows for us to reach out to different peoples and even collaborate, diba? Even collaborate with people from outside the country, share ideas with them as well, and learn from them. One of my favorite examples, or like top of my mind right now, is my fiance Dave. He really loves to watch YouTube videos on how to just to continue to grow, how to mix and how to master songs and engineer songs and everything. And so, what we actually did for my EP was there's this one music engineer or mastering engineer that he follows and constantly watches his videos. So what we did was we decided to have my tracks from my signature EP be mastered from this same guy, and he is based in the UK. And so, parang we were just able to do all of these small things through the internet, and they make a major impact. And so, I just really believe na it's only gonna get better. Even with live events, it's only gonna become hybrid events, and we'll be able to reach more people, not just in one area. And yeah, and music is just gonna continue to grow. More people are gonna be looking for different kinds of music, and I feel like there's something for everyone out there. So, yun po.
Sino pa ako pinupo ni Boris?
Sorry.
Joke lang.
What makes you an influencer? It's not about the size of your followers. It's not about the views that you get, but it's you living authentically in a way that does not hurt other people. That makes sense.
No, that's exactly it. That's what I was gonna say. It's like you could have like one follower, but you're influencing that one person. It doesn't matter what size your following is. There's just tiers. There's like the like artista level where you have like Myrtle Sarosa, you have Morissette, those kinds of people, right? And you have like mid-tier ones who are like you know them, but it's
As
like
an
I'm not
influencer
top
yourself.
tier. I'm not top tier.
you were top tier. I
I'm
was
You are.
so starstruck when you came in the chat. I was like, I saw this girl on Coke Studio.
Or
Kaya pala backstage, Carrie was quiet a while
I
ago.
was like texting. I texted my boyfriend. I was like, Morissette's in the chat. then he's
oh
like,
no, I'm so shy.
shy
Oh
na
my
po ako.
gosh.
I'm gonna work.
Actually, so I would like to actually share this because I'm actually that kind of artist who's still trying to find the niche to really be consistent in posting, just because I don't I guess it's just in the past years it's just always been music. It's just always been performing. But when my fiance Dave kind of encouraged me to start a YouTube channel. He was asking me what are some of the things that you'd like to incorporate into my content. Because one of the things I would tell him is, I will say yes to doing a YouTube channel, just don't let me vlog. Like yung that ano talaga yung may hawak lagi ng camera, to be holding a camera all the time. That I'm not a fan of that. And so we decided to collaborate. What we decided to do, because I started my YouTube channel the first quarter of 2019, which was pre-pandemic, we wanted to incorporate travel, just because I was so, and I am so fortunate that I also get to travel to different countries, and being able to share my music. And so that was something that we wanted to go into my content. Na, like example, if I was in the past years, I was able to just do I was able to visit Korea, I was able to visit the States and go around Europe. And so if I had only realized sooner that, or just found that spark sooner to be able to create content and put it and share those kinds of stuff outside, I felt like it would have been a boom. But because I'm actually a late bloomer with all of this, and even on TikTok, I'm a very late bloomer and I'm still adjusting. Pero yun nga, parang I'm really someone who believes that it has to be stuff that's authentic and real to you, because you're only gonna grow tired if you force yourself to just do it. And so that is that. That is where I came from and where I am right now as this.
Cool. I think we're done with all our topics. So if you guys, topics, talking points. So if you guys in the audience have questions, just type it in and they'll send that to us. I have a few over here that I shall read. Music influencer marketing seems to be an emerging trend that a lot of brands are starting to embrace. But for those brands that haven't explored this yet, would you say to what would you say to them to get them on
I
board?
agree. I agree also, just because that's also something that I decided to do. That's something I decided to do with my music. Just because in the past years, in the past decade that I've been in the music industry, I've only really just been a singer performer. But because of the pandemic, and I always throw this out there because wala lang, it's also something that I'm grateful that kind of happened to me. There were a lot of good things that happened to me because of the pandemic. Bukod sa rest, besides rest also, because of the pandemic, I was able to branch out and allow myself to grow into songwriting and into producing as well. But if I didn't try and I just waited for opportunities to come during the beginning of the pandemic, we wouldn't be here, or I don't know, I would be doing something else probably, or just be waiting for opportunities to come. So I completely agree with Carrie to just take that risk. If it's not now, when are you gonna do it? And diba, even with the pandemic, this is really the time to, because like businesses have kind of slowed down. Maybe it's that time to just try something new and just explore, and you never know what you're gonna find. But at the same time, there's so much more possibility, just because yeah, there's possibility and just a learning experience if you just give that a try, diba?
Perfect. Okay, I have been told that we have 5 minutes left. So if you guys have anything you guys want to, well, Morissette, we'll start with you. If you guys have anything you want to promote or your last words
Oh.
to impart with people about music influencer marketing, now would be the time.
Now would be the time. Ultimately, I'm just so grateful to be a part of this panel and just to also really learn from everyone here, Miss Nina, Carrie, you, Miss Nicole. I'm really learning so much from this. Just being here and listening to everyone, and also thank you for also allowing me to share what I've also learned lang din in the past couple of years. I think really something that I really just want to share is that now's really the time to explore, and take it from me. If I didn't try, I wouldn't have this EP that I have right now. And so if you have it, yes, please stream it on Spotify. It's called Signature. It's my very first co-written and co-produced EP with Underdog Music, and I'm so excited just because the strategies that we've done to put this EP out haven't been the traditional way. So I'm personally so excited, and I'm just very thrilled because in doing and trying out new strategies, we were able to reach a different set of market, different audiences, a different number. And so that's why I'm just so excited. At the same time, I also just want to share that I'm gonna be celebrating my 10th year anniversary on KTX. It's called Phoenix, and it's happening on January 23 and 24. And I'm so excited because it's also going to be my very first time co-producing a show as well. This is going to be a digital show, and it is with Sonder Digital and Forex Cargo Incorporated. And we're very excited to be sharing this with everyone. So yun lang. Thank you so much, Sonic, for having me.
We loved having you.